This is Valorant's brand new map Fracture, and it is absolutely insane. There's a giant zipline running through the entire map, and there are even 2 secret Easter eggs that nobody knows about. And today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about the brand new map Fracture and all the details coming with the brand new season in Valorant. So if the video does help you out, be sure to drop a like on the video. And because I got early access to it, right now as you're watching this, I'm actually live on Twitch. There's a link down below in the description, and I am streaming the brand new act on the early access client right now. So as you can see, we have just spawned in the brand new map, and this is what it looks like from your initial impression. Right now where I am is where the attackers will in fact spawn, and they can either go to the left side or the right side, or they can go across the entire zipline. Now there's only one thing to do here, which is to ride the zipline. You can only go down it one way, which means it goes individual ways. You can go this way to go down to the other side, and then you'll have to come back on a different alternate zipline. And here's what might happen if you go down the zipline at the wrong time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, as you can see based off this, the attackers are allowed to pinch the defenders from either sides. Instead of just having one side of the attack pushing you, you'll now have two. There are 2 alternate paths they can come down, so you're not going to be expecting them from one direction anymore. They can literally come from anywhere. The initial outline of the map is shaped like a H, which means it is going to be looking like this on the minimap. As you can see on your screen right now, this is what it does look like, and these are the individual sites that you can push. Now if we come from this side, when we move down the B area and move towards the B site, we can see there are actually a lot of open angles here. There's a little tunnel going down to the other side of the attacker spawn, and also there's a little ledge here, a little nest as we call it, for the callouts at the top tower. And then once you make your way through here, you can see the entire site. There are a lot of angles initially, a lot of ways to get to the B site from the defender's side and also the attacker side. This is essentially what it does look like. There are a lot of places to hide, there are a lot of corners here, a lot of angles, and also the main design for this site is a lot of greenery, a lot of jungle theme, which is really cool. I personally love the map, the layout, the design of it. It really is a refreshing map to see. Let me take you through the other way you can get to this site, which is coming through the other attacker spawn. Now what you will notice here, or when you play the game itself, you will notice that the defenders can really peek you aggressively here. One thing about this map to mention as we come down through the attacker spawn is that there are a lot of angles that the defenders can get to very quickly and engage in a gunfight nearly 5 seconds under just off getting out of the spawn. Now next up, if we continue going through the attacker spawn, we come to the other side, which is the A site. As you can see here, when we move past this cardboard box, there is actually a gunfight you'll engage in with a defender straight away if they're quick off the mark. There's a door here which is going to open up like a supermarket door. As you go near it, it is going to automatically open, just simply based off your presence and you moving forward. Which means abilities like jet smokes, AverageJonas can also open this too. And then as you move around here, you will get onto the A site. As you can see, when we're on the A site, it's quite small for a site. You can go down here in the underneath area. You can also go to the top ledge here. And there's also a little nest area over here again, leading to the middle of the map. As we go into this itself, as you can see, it's quite a nice vantage point. But also when we move into the mid of the map is pretty small, but at the same time, it's quite big. Compared to other mids of the map, it is pretty small in terms of its just general width, but in terms of its height, it's really big. And as we do come through it here, you'll be able to see kind of the rotations and the angles the defenders will be able to hold coming through mid and rotating to the B side. This is what it will look like as a defender's POV when the attackers are pushing onto site and they're either holding this angle or they're going onto a different one on the other side of the other mid lane that you can get to. Again, you'll notice a difference between the A and B site. The A site is a lot more desert themed. The mid kind of meshes over into both of them. And then as we go back over to the A site, we can jump up onto the ledge here, and this will take you to another alternative angle that the attackers can come from. You move on through here, you see a giant satellite, which is the main call out for this area. And as you move down, it's very desert themed. You can come down to the opposite side here. I've played a lot of hours of this map already, and here's my personal opinion. I mean, I love the way it feels. I love the design of it in terms of what it looks like aesthetically, and also just how it feels. It's definitely different. It's completely different to anything we have seen, which really changes up the meta. In terms of anyone who's looking to dominate on this map, the meta here is playing agents who like to lurk and who are strong as a lurker. For example, Jet and Sky are going to be some of the most broken agents on this map because of the jet dashes. You'll be able to get a very aggressive angle and then peek away. What will happen as you play it, you won't be able to notice this just from looking at it, but once you've played a few games on it, you'll notice that the defenders can be extremely aggressive, and so can the attackers. The defenders are actually able to engage in a gunfight within like 3 seconds of the round starting, which is completely unheard of for any other maps we have seen. It's very similar in terms of CSGO, having that quick aggressive play. Jet will succeed on this as she can peek an angle, jet dash away very early on and get a trade. Same with Skye, there's a lot of angles, which means those flashes are going to come in really handy. One thing to keep an eye out for and make sure you are aware of is that it is extremely easy to flank an agent. As the defenders, they can very easily rotate, flank you, catch you off guard, so you have to be aware of that at all times. When you're on the zipline, it's very easy to get killed simply because you can't actually stop on it and shoot, you only keep on going. You don't actually have to use any controls to move on the zipline, you'll always keep on moving. In the game itself, you'll notice 2 Easter eggs that I have found so far. One is initially by a point of view that the attackers can attack from. It is simply over here by the desert area. I have no clue what this means, but you can actually interact with it and pick it up. It looks to be some form of ID card. I'm not entirely sure whether this is an actual lab facility. As you will notice when you go on the zipline, there seems to be some sort of scientific experiment going on that has gone wrong, and that is an actual player card. Potentially, that could be it. And then we also have another one right in the middle of the map. It is simply just an email. I have no clue what this means again, but it looks to be some form of email. I imagine there could be more around the map, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in terms of the lore. So far, in terms of the agents and what has changed with them, one thing I did notice when playing Skye is her flashes seem to detonate a little bit differently. I didn't notice an actual negative or positive effect to it, it just looked aesthetically different to what it was before. Raze's boombot has changed to 300, I do believe, so that is a change with Raze there too, which is interesting to see. For Yoru mains, they haven't received a buff yet again. There doesn't look to be any changes with Yoru. Jet and Skye don't look to have got nerfed yet, but again, we don't have access to the patch notes right now, so when they do come out, there could be a lot of changes that we are missing. In terms of what's wallbangable on the map, what you can actually shoot through, the green boxes are obviously there, very easy to shoot through. They're essentially like paper. The rest of the walls don't seem too wallbangable, but again, I haven't tested too much of it. It definitely doesn't seem as bad as some other maps, but there are a few spots that you can still wallbang through. This map isn't as big as Breeze, so don't worry about that, but it definitely is a fun one to try out, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it develops in pro play and what the community actually thinks of it. I personally really enjoy to play it, but that is just my opinion. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of it and what your thoughts are just by looking at it. Anyways, be sure to drop a like on the video if it did help you out, and subscribe for more tips and tricks videos exactly like this. And I am going to be streaming right now, so go ahead, click the link in the description and come and see the early access gameplay right now. And also, if you are looking for 100 of the best Valorant tips in 10 minutes time, you heard that right. Click on the video on your screen right now because it's going to take you exactly to that, and it is worth a watch.